Hey everyone, and welcome to the Chapter 8 vocab list for Chem 100. This chapter is all about solutions and dissolving things in solutions. So a solution, I'm going to go out of order. A solution is a homogeneous mixture. It can be any state, solid, liquid, or gas, and it can contain solids, liquids, or gases. It is made up of two things, a solute and a solvent. So solute is the thing that's present in the smaller amount, and the solvent is the thing that's present in the greater amount. An aqueous solution is a solution where water is the solvent. Solutions have a concentration. Concentration is the measurement of the amount of solute in a certain amount of solution, and there's lots of different concentration units that we discuss in the chapter, one of which is molarity. Molarity is defined as moles of solute per liter of solution. When you dissolve things in solution, that is a physical reaction, and some things will dissociate into ions in solution. So we have electrolytes. An electrolyte is anything that forms a charged particle when you dissolve it in water. A strong electrolyte is something where it completely breaks up into charged particles. So salts fall into that family, ionic compounds. Weak electrolytes are ones that only partially dissociate. So some of the molecules break up into charged particles, but some remain together as neutral particles. So electrolytes are things that can conduct electricity. That's why it's called an electrolyte, but they're made up of charged particles. Solutions can be saturated or unsaturated. A saturated solution is one that has the maximum amount of solute dissolved in it, and an unsaturated solution has less than maximal amount of solute dissolved in it. Solutions that are physiological means in pertaining to our body. So in our body, in our cells, we have lots of your body's like 60% water, and that water all has solutes dissolved in it. So when we talk about physiological solutions, we're talking about solutions that match the same concentration as those in our bodies. So when it comes to cells and solutions inside of cells and solutions outside of cells, there are sort of three different scenarios. We can have a hypertonic solution, a hypotonic solution, or an isotonic solution. So a hypertonic solution is one where the concentration is higher than inside the cell. An isotonic solution is the same concentration as within the cell, and a hypotonic solution has a lower concentration than is found inside the cell. All right, so I've gotten through most of these. Let's see, I'm going down the list. Aqueous solution, concentration, yep. Diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. And osmosis is the diffusion of water. And water will always follow solute. It'll move from a solution where there's a lot of water to a solution where there's less water. So it actually moves from solutions of low concentration to those of high concentration. All right, so I'm just going to start going in order, the ones that I missed. Active transport. This is transport across a membrane that requires energy. It's active. We often call active transporters pumps. And the energy that we use in cells to fuel these pumps is called ATP. Crenation is a term for the shriveling of red blood cells when they become dehydrated, when they lose water because osmosis is having water flow out of the cell. Dialysis is a process of filtering the blood in people who have kidney disease and their kidneys are not working to filter out waste. Equilibrium is a condition where a reaction is going in the forward direction and the reverse direction at the same rate. In this context, in this chapter, we were talking about in a saturated solution, the solute dissolving and recrystallizing at the same rate. Facilitated transport is a form of passive transport, so it's diffusion. Sometimes it's called facilitated diffusion. And so molecules are moving from an area of high concentration to low concentration, but they can't go directly through the membrane, so they are facilitated or helped through a channel, some kind of protein channel. Passive diffusion is when molecules that are really small can just move straight through the membrane. They just follow diffusion from an area of high concentration to low concentration. They follow that gradient and go through. It doesn't require any energy, so it's passive. And a semi-permeable membrane is what our cells are covered in. It's a membrane that allows passage of water molecules, but not larger things, not solutes. And there's also synthetic semi-permeable membranes that you can use for experiments, doing experiments to look at osmosis. And that's it. That's all the words covered there, just not in alphabetical order.